What's good, YouTube? This your boy Bird, man. We back on Bird's Eye View. Like always, appreciate the love. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you're subscribing to the channel. I know I started doing this like 2 weeks ago. I have over 30,000 views right now. 95% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So please stop what you're doing. Hit the subscribe button. Definitely appreciate it. I'm going to keep this banging content rolling. We have news out of the day coming out of Alabama. Listen, what Nick Saban is doing right now in this 2023 recruiting class could end up being historic. It's already historic on paper. This could be, I've seen some, news, and I did some research where, he hasn't had a class where he's had this many 4 and 5 stars combined. I mean, he has 27 combined 4 and 5 stars. Just looking back in recent history, he hasn't had a class when he's had that many combined 4 and 5 stars. It's unreal. I'm looking at 7 5-stars, 24 stars. I mean, this class is fully loaded. I mean, you have 5 players that are #1 in the nation in their position. You have 4 players that are #1 in their respected state. You have 2 out of the top 5 running backs in the country. You have the top 2 JUCO guys. One is a receiver, one is a linebacker. Top 2 JUCO guys in the country, they're committed. You have 3 guys that are ranked top 10 overall in the entire class. It's just phenomenal what this class is looking like right now. Of course, they got to take care of business on the field, but on paper right now, this class is going to be special, and we're going to dive deep into it here. So we're going to start on the defensive side of the football. We're going to start with Caleb Downs. He is the younger brother of Josh Downs, the wide receiver for UNC, who is projected to be a first-round pick in this year's upcoming draft. Caleb Downs, 5-star, 6 foot, $195 safety out of Georgia. He's the #1 safety in the country. He's the #1 player in the state of Georgia. He's the #6 overall player in the country. You're looking at a kid that could possibly come right in, play right away. I already know that Nick Saban develops DBs well. So, we'll see how that looks. But you got a dynamic 5-star, like I said, top 10 overall player in the country who's going to be coming in. Excited to see what Caleb can do. We're going to keep this train rolling with Keon Keely, 5-star, 6'6", 245. He's an edge rusher out of Tampa, Florida. #1 edge rusher in the country, #3 in the state of Florida. He's the #10 player in the nation. I mean, you get another guy, 6'6". I mean, it's just remarkable. Like I said, he's the #1 edge rusher in the country. So that's another great get for Nick Saban. And for that defensive line, you have another 5-star, James Smith. He's 6'3", 310, defensive lineman out of Montgomery, Alabama. He's the #2 defensive lineman in the country. He's the #1 overall player in Alabama, #18 overall in the 2023 class. So it was a great just to keep the #1 player in Alabama, the best player in the state. You're able to keep him in the state again. Quay Rousseau, he's a 5-star, 6'2", 230-pound edge rusher. He's also from Montgomery, Alabama as well. He's the #2 player in the state of Alabama. So you got the #1 and you got the #2 player in the state of Alabama. They're both defensive linemen. He's the #3 edge rusher in the entire country, #22 overall. So it's just another big-time player that you're going to have in that 2023 class to get the top 2 players in the state of Alabama. That's just, phenomenal for that program. We have Desmond Ricks. He's the 5-star, 6'1", about $170. He's a cornerback out of Norfolk, Virginia. He started his career off at Norview High School. Of course, he's playing in IMG Academy. He's in Florida, in #2 DB in the country. He's the #6 overall player in Florida, #23 overall in the nation. So that's another great piece, another great DB that could come in and, of course, learn under Nick Saban. They just keep that train rolling. They keep that DB train rolling there, man. You have Jalil Hurley, 4-star, 6'2", $170. He's also a cornerback. He's from Florence, Alabama. He's the #4 corner in the country. He's #5 overall in the state of Alabama. He's #38 overall in the class. So you think he's #5. You got the #1 guy in Alabama. You got the #2 guy in Alabama. You also got the #5 guy in Alabama. That's 3 out of the top 5 players in the state will be coming to that Alabama program. You also have Tony Mitchell, 4-star, 6'1", 205. He's a safety out of Alabaster, Alabama. He's the number 5 safety in the country, number 7 overall player in the state of Alabama. He's number 54 overall in the class. You got another great Alabama athlete to stay in state. Like I said, he's number 7. So it's just phenomenal. They just keep it rolling. You have the Yanze Pierre kid, 4-star, 6'3", 225-pound edge rusher. He's out of Alabama as well. Number 8 edge rusher in the nation. He's the number 8 overall player in the state of Alabama, number 59 overall. So we're looking at it here. I mean, number 1 player in Alabama, number 2 player in Alabama, number 5 player, number 7 player, number 8 player. I mean, that's 5 out of the top 10 players in the state of Alabama is staying home and going to Alabama program. It's just phenomenal to get. I mean, it's unreal what Nick Saban is doing right now, and it just keeps rolling. Jordan Renard, 4-star, 6'4", 245 defensive lineman out of Tyler, Texas. He's the number 7 defensive lineman in the nation. He's a top 10 player in the state of Texas. You know, that is major high school football is like no other in the state of Texas. He's a top 10 player in that state, number 62 overall. You're just piling up. You're just piling up talent, just piling up talent. You have Justin Jefferson, 4-star, 6'1", 215. He's a linebacker out of Mississippi. This is a JUCO kid. He's the number 1 JUCO linebacker in the nation. He's the number 2 overall JUCO player in the country. He's playing at Pearl River Community College. So not only are you getting high school guys as well, top high school guys, you're also getting the top JUCO guys coming in too. Can't beat that. Those guys are going to come in with, already having college experience. So those are just the defensive guys. Started with the defensive guys first. Of course, we're going to go ahead and switch over and flip to the offensive guys as well. They have some big-time offensive guys coming in. We're going to start with the 5-star Kaden Proctor, 6'7", 330 offensive tackle out of Des Moines, Iowa. He's the number 1 offensive tackle in the country. He's the number 1 player in Iowa. He's the number 5 overall player in the country. I know he was previously committed to Iowa. He was going to stay home, ended up not wanting to do that. Now he's headed to Alabama. Massive get. Like I said, number 1 overall offensive tackle in the country. Just a unit, 6'7", 330. You also have the Justice Haynes kid, man, 5-star, 5'11", 200-pound running back out of Beaufort, Georgia. He's the number 3 running back in the country. He's the number 2 overall player in the state of Georgia. He's ranked 25 overall nationally. So you're able to get, a top 3 running back in the country to come in. It's just going to be another great piece. Of course, you already know about the backfield and the running backs that they're able to put out year in and year out of Alabama. So they develop running backs well. You got another 5-star back coming in. You have Jalil, 4-star, 6'1", about a $185 wide receiver out of Longview, Texas, number 7 wide receiver in the country. He's the number 7 overall player in the state of Texas, number 40 overall in the 2023 class. Like I said, we know about Texas football, so you're able to get a top 10 player in the state of Texas. That is a great get. Another good wide receiver that's going to be coming in. You have Richard Young, 4-star, 5'11", 200 pounds. He's a running back out of Florida, number 4 running back in the country, number 10 overall in the state of Florida. He's number 48 overall in the country. So you get the number 3 running back in the nation. You get the number 4 running back in the nation. So you have 2 top 5 running backs in the country headed to that Alabama program. Let's keep this train rolling with Eli Holstein, 4-star. He's 6'4", 222 pounds as a quarterback out of Zachary, Louisiana, number 9 quarterback in the country. So you get a top 10 quarterback in the nation. He's the number 5 player overall in the state of Louisiana, number 74 overall in the nation. So, that's another great piece that they can come in, develop him. And of course, they just do such a great job with developing talent in Alabama. You have Wilkin, Formby, 4-star, 6'7", 300-pound offensive tackle. He's from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You keep another player in the state of Alabama. He's the number 8 overall offensive tackle in the country. He's the number 10 player in the state of Alabama. So another top 10 player in the state of Alabama. What is that, 6 now? I mean, it's just unreal. All the top players in Alabama in the 2023 class, they want to come play for Nick Saban. Again, he's number 77 overall in the country. So you get another big unit of an offensive lineman to come in, develop him the right way. You know, they push guys, offensive linemen in the draft as well. I mean, it's just a factory they have going on in Alabama. We all know that. Let's keep this train rolling. Our number 1 JUCO overall player is Malik Benson, 4-star. He's a 6'1", 185 wide receiver out of Kansas. Again, he's the number 1 JUCO player in the nation. So you have the number 1 JUCO guy and you have the number 2 JUCO guy. One plays offense, the other one plays defense. It's almost like the rich just get richer. Not only are they getting the top high school guys, they getting the top JUCO guys as well. They have Olas Alanin. It's a 4-star, 6'6", 315 offensive tackle out of Windsor, Connecticut. I hope I said his name right. If not, I'm definitely apologize about that. He's the number 16 offensive tackle in the country. He's the number 1 overall player in the state of Connecticut. So you get another number 1 overall player in the state. He's 191 overall in the country. It's just remarkable to see, the offensive linemen that they're bringing in this class. I mean, you got a 6'7" guy, you got a 6'6" guy, you got another 6'6" guy. Both of them all 3 of them are all over 315 pounds. It's just phenomenal. I mean, 2 6'7" guys. It's crazy, and they just keep doing what Alabama keeps doing. They also have the Miles McVay kid, 4-star, 6'6", 360 offensive tackle from East St. Louis, Illinois. He's the biggest player in the class. Again, a unit, 6'6", 360 pounds, the number 18 offensive tackle in the country, number 3 player in the state of Illinois. He's ranked 200 overall. So again, they're just racking up on offensive linemen. They're bringing in some of the biggest kids in the class, to fill in and to move forward with their offensive line. So like I said, Nick Saban is doing such a phenomenal job with this recruiting class. And it's just unreal, the players that they're able to continue to get. Special teams, let's switch over to special teams. Top 3 kicker in the country, Connor Talty, 6'1", $195. Again, he's out of Chicago, Illinois. He's the number 3 kicker in the nation. So not only are they doing it on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, they're getting top special teams guys as well. Again, he's a top 3 overall kicker. So, I mean, they have almost double the 5 stars of the second best team. The second best team is the University of Texas. They have 4. Of course, Alabama has 7, so they almost have double. It's just phenomenal to see what they're doing. I mean, you got 7 5-stars, you got 24 stars. Like I said, you got the top 2 players in Alabama. You got 5 or 6 of the top 10 players in Alabama. You got 5 players that are ranked number 1 in the country at their position. You have 3 of the top 10 edge rushers in the country. You have 2 of the top 5 safeties in the nation. You have 2 of the top 5 cornerbacks coming in the country. It's just phenomenal. I mean, you look at it, number 1 safety, number 1 edge, number 2 cornerback, the number 2 defensive lineman, the number 3 edge, the number 4 cornerback, the number 5 safety, the number 7 defensive lineman, the number 8 edge. You got the number 1 JUCO player. You got the number 2 JUCO player. You have the number 1 offensive tackle. You have the number 3 running back. You have the number 4 running back. You have the number 7 receiver, number 8 offensive tackle. You have a top 10 quarterback. You have an offensive tackle that's the 16th ranked offensive tackle, but he's the number 1 player in the state. You have the number 18 offensive tackle coming. The number 3 overall kicker. I mean, it's just phenomenal. All these players these are their rankings in the nation. Like, it's just unbelievable to see what Nick Saban is doing with this class. I'm telling y'all, this is a historic class on paper. Of course, they got to go out on the field and take care of business, but on paper, they are historic. We're excited to see what they're going to do. Y'all pissed Nick Saban off. Nick Saban said, all right, I'm not going to make the playoffs. College football players don't want to vote us in. Don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of all this, and it's looking like he's doing that. Of course, we're going to see what these guys can do if they gel as a unit. But it's a possibility that this class right here could definitely win a national championship for Alabama. Definitely excited to see that, and we're going to keep track of that. So, again, continue to please like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all know what time it is, Bird's Eye View.